Today we're talking about something that is very important, but we often overlook. Like I said earlier, we're looking at why many Ghanaian businesses fail to scale beyond the founder. Oftentimes, we see businesses that center around the founder alone. Once he's not available, nothing can move, and it affects the business. And that is something, a trend that we've seen here in Ghana. We're trying to have a conversation to solve that. My guest is already seated. His name is Sheriff Gali. He is the CEO of the Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs. He's also a business policy and youth development expert. And he's in studio with me this morning for this conversation. Sheriff, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning, my brother. Happy
Good to see you.
Here, finally. Mostly I joined
online. That's
today,
true.
I said I will surprise
You have to come
so
here. You've done very well. You've done well. I'm excited to see you, cry.
Same here.
All right, so let's get into our conversation. But how's the chamber doing?
The Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs doing what it knows best to do, supporting young people to do business and connecting them to government programs and that of development partners. So yeah, we are doing what we know best and trying to support young people to do sustainable business. That's basically what we do.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And one day we'll have a conversation on the chamber itself.
We have to.
So that we can see how we can get more people on board. I know you're doing a very good job, and kudos to you and your team. Your team there. All right, so let's start our conversation. First of all, have you seen that trend where a lot of Ghanaian businesses center around the founder, and as a result, once they are not available, things don't happen? If you've seen that trend, why do you think that is so?
Thank you very much. Once again, good morning to all your listeners and those viewing on Facebook. I must say you have a very nice place.
Thank
you. Today I decided to come and see my new best friend, Nick, so I'm happy to see you. Staying true to your question, yes, that trend has been an age-old thing where you see businesses that are created around the founder. And like you rightly said, when the founder is not there, the business sleeps. I can give you a typical example. There's this young lady who is a member of the Ghana Chamber of Young, and she does very well with this seamstress. She's a fashion designer, right. Very intelligent. She can just look at you without measurement and get you something that fits you.
Wow.
But unfortunately, she's the one that does cutting. She's the one that goes to market to buy the materials. She collects money. She calls customers. She's literally the one doing everything. And so the day this lady is not feeling well, like you said, the business is collapse. And she's not the only one. It has been like that with a lot of businesses. Not because the founders don't know what they are doing, but sometimes I want to believe it's cultural. It's the mindset, it's the skill, it's the systems they do not have. That is why you see businesses that are where they are around the founder. And I have observed something for the past 10 years in this industry that in Ghana, most of the business, SMEs, we celebrate especially survivor instead of celebrating skill.
Right.
Because the systems are not designed to accommodate you when you want to scale. If you are scaling today, GRA is on you, Senator is on you, because you are growing. Growth comes with responsibility. But other places, when you are growing, they rather support you to grow. Because when you grow and you reach that full stage, you are able to now get back to the economy, what it is needed, your contribution, your taxes. But here in Ghana, the story is different. The moment you seem big, your shop is increasing. The young man is now having branches, barbering shop branches in other areas. They would just be on you. He's making money, so let's get our taxes out of them and all of those things. So you would see that a founder would coil and live in that arena of surviving entrepreneurship. And so everything is around them. If I don't employ somebody, will you come and force me to pay in it? No. No, I'm being honest. So these are the things, but I would bring them to three things that causes the mindset, the skill, and that of the systems or structures. That is what is, and it's not just let me say one-sided. Even those adults who are running SMEs, they do the same thing. All of them. The young people, that one is even worse because for them, they don't even have the support to hire more hands. And so structurally, it's a big issue. Businesses are in Ghana mostly run around the founder. When the founder is not there, forget about it. And I keep telling people, business is like a car. if you are the only one in the family who can drive, the day there's an emergency and you can't drive, then that is
And
all.
the emergency centers around you.
Exactly.
Then
That means they have to look for somebody
somewhere,
else.
yeah.
But if you teach somebody else how to drive, and the day of an emergency where you are not able to drive, somebody will drive. Besides, if you are driving for a very long journey, like every business want to go further, you would need somebody that when you are tired, they also take over to drive. So it shouldn't be on you alone. The fatigue will not make the business grow. So yes, the trend has been observed, though it's worrisome. It's something that we can really work on.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned 3 things. You said mindset, skill, and then
structures.
system. Right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
We'll take it one after the other. What kind of mindsets do Ghanaian entrepreneurs have that is making them not want to, scale, like you say? What kind of mindset do they have? Yeah. Is it are they thinking like operators instead of like business? What exactly is the problem?
So the mindset of the founder is simple. One is that Ghanaians culturally don't want to hand over money and business to other people because of their experience. It's not them. It is not their fault at all. Because you give your business to a young person and tomorrow you are getting stories. Then there is no money, you can't treat certain things. So culturally is a problem for a Ghana person, a business person to just trust me and hand over their business to.
But they can trust me anyway.
Yeah, you look trustable. Anyway, and then aside that, still on the mindset, like I said, there's this mindset that if I skill, government will come after me. If I show any improvement, there would be pressure on me. And it will surprise you that another mindset is a social thing, where somebody thinks that the moment I'm doing better in my society, somebody will go against me and all of those things. So aside that, some do not even have the mentality of handing over their businesses. Like I gave an example of this young seamstress. You see, she could have not necessarily given the business to a 3rd tier manager or 2nd tier manager. Maybe just hand over portions of the business to somebody. Let me get somebody, train the person to be superb with cutting. Let me get somebody, take the person to market for 1 or 2 days. They know the kind of materials I want. I can send them, they go and get me the material. Let me get somebody to handle my sales with maybe a system that record everything. A normal book, just a book to record. It's okay. Or so I will be the finisher. Or the cutter is there. The one who goes to buy the material is there. So at this point, what I focus on as a business person is come to do the finishing. This business seamstress will be able to do a lot more if she's even having more customers coming in. But because she's the one doing almost everything, she can't be able to work. But the mindset is that if I give this business to Ni, will Ni actually, this side, will Ni actually do it? So we are afraid that Ni may not be able. Yes, the fear that Ni may not be able to deliver.
Right.
And so you want to give out, but you are even afraid. One other thing I've observed, which is also a mindset thing, is that most of our business, because we don't take record, you don't want to hand over a business that don't have structures or system.
Right.
You don't have any record and you don't have anything to show. How do I hand over a business to you without no records? Where are you even taking from? The records here is not just about taking records of your inflows and outflows. We are talking about documenting how your management decisions are taken, documenting how process are. This is where it comes in. You go through this and that to go. A lot of us don't document that. We just do anything, with our business to go through. And so when you don't have those documentation, your mindset, you are not at ease to release your business to somebody. And the society and all of those things, also looking at government and taxation. I tell you that my mother, she used to have a container selling provision soap. Anytime I want to make this bigger for her, I say, yeah, if you do, the Lampo people, that's the tax people, they will come and lock them. You see that? She believed that when you are doing small, it's better. There was a day I ignored her. I went and bought a lot, all the goods she needs in boxes. This woman kept them inside the bedroom and be taking one box go and put in the shelf. You say the moment they come and see all of these boxes, and so it's a mindset thing. We need to understand, yes, the society also plays a role, our economy, government plays a role. But we need to understand that the day your business seems to be around you, you are not doing business. If your business is built around you, you have just created a job for yourself, not a business. You are self-employed. And it will be difficult for you to grow. Founders who are great are those who are willing to let go what they have created. They are willing to delegate. They are willing to sit and watch and see how things go, not necessarily build it around them. And that is what we have to start thinking. That is on the mindset. Yes.
Interesting. So what kinds of mindsets or what kind of mindsets does a Ghanaian entrepreneur need to change for them to now begin to make the most or to be able to scale and grow?
So personally on the founders, first, get to understand that if you delegate doesn't mean you are handing over your business to somebody. Yes, culturally we have seen dishonest employees and all of that. But you see, we have also seen people who are honest and they have done well for their employers. So trust in people.
Right.
Be willing to let go certain process. Nobody is saying do almost everything, let go everything. Be willing to let go some of the process of your business, whether it is the record keeping, whatever it is. It's a whole chain. Every business have a process, so be willing to let go. Then aside that, one of the mindset that people need to change, which is also connecting to skill. Like I said, those three things are connected: mindset, skills, and the systems or structures. Is that you need to be willing to train somebody to take over as a second-tier management. Train somebody, whether you like it or not. Have somebody who understands certain aspect of your business or the whole system. That in the event you are not there, like this interest, if she falls sick today or goes to market today, she has to close the shop. And nobody will be there to manage, or nobody is trusted to manage. So make sure that understanding is there where you can trust somebody and delegate. Then apart from that, the mindset that when you grow in our economy, then you would be taxed more. Yes, it's true. With all honesty, and if government is listening, this is what we need to work on. We should build a system that rather celebrates skill than celebrates survival entrepreneurship. So what we should let our entrepreneurs understand, mindset, if you grow, we will celebrate you. Because it is only from growth that founders and investors will even invest in you. Banks will be interested in you. But if you don't grow and you are where you are simple because you don't want to show growth, and then Senate and all those tax, GRA and everything will not be on you, then you are not showing it. Nobody sees anything. That means you are not growing. If there's no visible growth, typically people don't see growth. No matter how inwardly you grow and you suppress it, nobody will see it.
You have to be visible.
So we need to understand, we need to change that mindset that scalability is not just bringing you problems. It's actually the one that will make you, and that is entrepreneurship. That is the risks we are saying take. When you scale and government comes after you, we all see that. We all see that government really comes after them. And I think government is listening. We've seen the news and taxes they try to take off. They are doing their best. Both government have tried their best in different ways. So the mindset of believing that if I scale, that is the best for me. And like I said, no founder will build a business around them. Serious entrepreneurs build businesses that can outlive them, that they will not be responsible for running day to day. They are running an aspect, maybe taking decisions, the rest are run by people. Surprisingly, since I took over the Ghana Youth Federation, it was inaugurated by the Minister of Youth, and I was appointed as an acting president. I haven't been running the Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs, but Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs is running.
It's still thriving.
Because there's a team that don't need me. And it may surprise you that maybe very soon I may resign and focus on other things. Because at least I've been able to build the systems. I've been able to build the people. They can run it. And it's not actually for me. It's a national thing. So there are times you need to let go. You need to understand that somebody else can do something and allow them carry on. So that mindset of letting go, that mindset of building business that can outlive us, that is not around us, that mindset of understanding that scalability is not a responsibility or doesn't drag problems. Socially, I don't know, maybe somebody is in somewhere thinking that, oh, if I grow my people, you know, those kind of... suspicion or whatever you guys call it. Exactly. You know, that if I grow, if I show growth, and it happens. Some people think it's joke, but in other areas, people are serious about those. Say, hey, I will maintain where I am so that I don't bring my eyes to me. I'm like, well, it's there naturally, but In the arena of business, brother, it's your system, your structures, and the way you take decisions that would help your business grow. Nothing spiritual can grow your business. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's for mindsets. We'll probably come back to it. I mean, if I still have some more questions as we go on. But let's talk about the skills. What kinds of skills are needed that a typical Ghanaian entrepreneur doesn't have, and as a result, they are unable to actually scale? Is it management? Is it leadership skill? What exactly is it?
According to World Bank, the biggest skill lack is management. Business management or management's capacity for managing businesses.
Right.
According to, it's not only World Bank, a lot of research have shown that. We're talking about people being able to take decisions. We're talking about people being able to keep records, like I was telling you. You see, if you don't document the process of your business, you are documenting failure because you don't have anything to show
right.
that when an order comes, it passes through here, this happens, this is done, this must be checked before the final service or product is provided, then that is doomed. So there must be records of a structured system, how your business works. That is a skill. If you don't have that skill, it's difficult. But the promising thing is that it's actually flexible. When we are talking about records, just take a notebook. Notebook doesn't cost more than 3 Ghana cedis or 20 cedis. That just a notebook. Record your sales. Record what comes in, what goes out, whatever you are buying for you to produce, whatever product you are producing or service, whatever you are getting in, and then have that skill of understanding that this money is my personal money, this money is business money. One of the biggest mistake that we do is we lack the skill to be able to separate personal money from business money.
That's true.
When you box them together, you are not able to determine whether you are making profit or not. Because Neil touches his pocket and see 5,000 cedis. Okay, this may be my own. But then business money may be part of it. Business is a different entity. It's like you owe a girlfriend, he has his own money or whatever it is. You don't have to touch it.
All right.
Your money is your money. That skill is very important for founders. Know the difference between your money and that of business money. Also, at least a skill of record keeping. It's the simplest, minutest one, but it's one of the things that pushes business. A business that do not have records, I'm surprised. Business is actually where records work. Because you have to record yesterday, whatever happened. You have to record, even if at the end of the day, okay, today I started with 20 Ghana cedi in the Congo, like my mother would do. She will use the chalk on the wall. This one was what is there now. At the end of the day, that is a record. Now, just transfer this to a notebook and keep that notebook. The day you are not there, God forbid, anything happen to you, we can even take your notebook and know, okay, you owe this person owe you, this is what is there, you have this somewhere, and we can be able to trace. The skill of record keeping, very important. The skill of being able to determine what money is for you and what money is for the profit. And the skill of being able to work as a team. People think that team working is just a natural thing. Oh, some people are good naturally with team working. Nobody is good with team working. We all learn. We learn how to gel with friends. We learn how to work together. Until you learn that skill, it will be difficult for you to scale as a founder, because you would most likely fear everybody that comes closer. You may not even want to delegate because you will not trust people. You must learn how that skill of working together as a team. Then you can bring people to your business, delegate them, watch them to do the work, mark them, guide them, and let them deliver. If you don't do that, and if you don't have that skill, it will be difficult. The final skill, which is very important that we don't see, apart from marketing and the rest, is the skill of financial literacy, which is also connected to knowing your money and that of your business money. But it encumbers a lot. It has a lot in it. We are talking about what is your financial model. Some people, their financial model could be only cash ins. What system are you using to receive monies? What system are you using to pay monies? Now, I am happy because of the digital innovation. A lot of the young entrepreneurs and SMEs now, you go and SME, even food seller takes mobile money. Imagine that is the only source of their payment. They can go to bank with their mobile money. What do you call it? statement to get a loan. Now, some financial institutions like Bills, I'm not doing any advertisement, but Bills, a lot of them now can give you loan just based on your mobile money statement. But a lot of businesses don't know. So these are the skill set, but there are a lot we need to understand. But for the purpose of this topic, these are some of the major skill sets that businesses need. Most importantly, that skill set of working with a team, being able to hire, train, and work with a team. Right. It's very important.
Very important. I'm going to come to the systems very, very soon. But let me just announce the phone lines in case anybody's listening to us and they want to join the conversation. Well, if you just tune in, this is Business Breakfast on Z101.9 FM with me, Nichwebi Hammond. This morning, I'm sitting with Sharif Gali. He is the CEO of the Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs. He's also a business policy and youth development expert. And he's in studio with me this morning having this conversation. We're talking about why many Ghanaian founders or Ghanaian businesses don't scale beyond the founders. And that is what we're discussing this morning. Tell us your thoughts. If you have questions, feel free to send them to us. If you want to also, contribute to the conversation, send us a message on WhatsApp 0544 321019 0544 321019. I'd love to hear from you. Also, you can call us on 03039 56641. 03039 56641, and then we give you the opportunity to share your thoughts with us this morning. We're streaming live on Facebook at ZFMGH and on YouTube at Z Multimedia. You can drop a comment under the live stream as well. I'm happy to read your messages for you. All right, Sheriff, let's continue the conversation. So, talking about the skills gap that many entrepreneurs do not have, do you think that as a country we are encouraging people to go into entrepreneurship, or we are training? Do you think we are training entrepreneurs, or we are just encouraging people to go start businesses as a country?
I think we are doing both, but we are doing one better than the other. We are encouraging more than training. Yeah, because when we talk about training, it has to be a systematic thing from our various institutions, to talking about even the entrepreneurship support organization like myself, the Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs, AGI, GNCCI, NEIPGA, and all. We tend to encourage more than we build. And when I mean we encourage more than we build, you can imagine this discussion we are having. This is practical. This is talking about. When I posted it, another media guy picked it and was like, this topic, it must be discussed. He's actually asking that I should get time for him too, because it is something that we've been running away from a very long time, and it's not helping us. So as a country, we are encouraging. Why do I say we are encouraging? We see programs that fund entrepreneurs, not enterprises. They fund the owner of the business, not the business itself. And I will say, but that is one thing I like about the government Ejumawura program. If only nothing changes. Government, when you praise them, then they start to misbehave. But if only nothing changes, it was one of the best, or it is by design and by structure. Train the young person for like 5 weeks, a very thorough one. Then after that, train 10,000, fund 3,000 out of them. And I remember being part of this selecting committee and that of the Grand Management Committee. We're looking for businesses that just not run by one person, but have a team, maybe a board, a second-tier management team, somebody else, not just you. But over the years, we have seen businesses in our country, we fund the entrepreneur, not the business. And that is our bigger problem. And when you do that, what do? You encourage more people to go into business. So they go, start his own one-man show, because I know I'll use this one-man show to get funded. So now, I hope I've answered your question. We encourage more. But if we would request for systems, for structures, you need who takes this. If you are not there, who does this? Are you the only one? We say, no, go back, get a team. Let them play before you come for funding. That you will not just start a business. You want to start a business with a team, with support. that if you are not there, we can hold somebody responsible. And that is the kind of system we should be creating. Because when you are funding the entrepreneur, not the enterprise, then you are encouraging entrepreneurship. But when we are encouraging, but when we are funding the entrepreneur, then we are empowering and building entrepreneurs. Right. We are building serious businesses that can translate to job creation. We fund the business, not you, the founder. Yeah. So that is why I say we, as a state, we are encouraging entrepreneurship, but not building them. From our universities, we train people on entrepreneurship. What are the qualities of an entrepreneur and all of those? It doesn't really add up. You understand? Yeah, this theory is to understand what an entrepreneur is, but practically what? So we need to start allowing young people to start a business. I remember in the university in US that we went for a program. Now their accreditation, something like that, is it either the accreditation is being renewed based on the startups they produce.
Wow.
Yeah, surprisingly. That's what Ashashi or this Shashi University Ashashi is trying to do. You know, the number of startups you produce is what will give you your license, your renewed license to operate. Why can't we do that in Ghana? And we can do that because after all, the certificate we are producing every year, what are the young people using it for? But imagine these young people are now trained to become entrepreneurs, and that is more or less what the school is measured on. I'm telling you, we will see difference in this country because there are a lot of innovations our young people have. Ghanaian young person, my brother, we are not lazy. None of us. I don't think no Ghanaian entrepreneur is lazy. Actually, we are among some of the hardworking entrepreneurs across the globe. The only problem is the systems and structures that we don't have to support that. But if we can change the mindset of just teaching theoretical entrepreneurship in our various schools, but making sure that the number of startup produced become a measure, a KPI, you would see performance. And if government funding, it doesn't go to entrepreneurs but go to enterprises, we will not just be encouraging entrepreneurship, we'll be building entrepreneurship and building businesses. Yep.
In fact, I've helped some people apply for certain grants and all of that, even outside. And no matter the organization you are, whether it's an NGO or whatever, they are even looking for the team. And that's just to support what you're saying.
Exactly. So it is a team. Yeah. No, I've sat on so many grant award board, and we are looking at who is behind you. Yeah. Who is behind me? If me is not there, you could be the lead, but we want more other people because, and especially investors. It's only government that may still be doing that. Now banks. That's why banks will ask you, even if you are this only person, banks will say go and measure, go and have a group, especially what they do to our mothers, the SMEs. Go and have a group. The reason the bank says that because, for our mothers, they want to run their own shop alone. But when you are in a group, if anything happens, they can find a group. Not all of you cannot run away. So they can find somebody. Right. That should tell businesses that when we talk of team, yes, it's difficult to get talent. It's difficult to get honest people.
I was actually coming to talent.
Yes, it's difficult. I must be frank. And that is the problem founders face. You pick somebody today and the next day things are going wayward. But you see, that shouldn't stop you from building a team. Because that team would get you your next paycheck or your next loan from a bank or a government. And I think that government is becoming discerning and is understanding this, that we are not just funding entrepreneurs, we are funding their businesses. And that is where we need to go. So a team is very important for any business. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, I said I was coming to talent. Yes. Now, talking about talent, some people actually say that there are no talents to hire. How valid is that claim? And the second part of my question is that is it a matter of talent shortage or maybe there's a recruitment or leadership failure?
First of all, Ghana do not have issue with talent at all. We do not. We have a pool of talent that has been in the backlog for years. Yeah. The problem we have is the skills match. Okay. Does the skills match the demand? Because imagine a business is looking for a manager that can think outside of the box, that can be innovative, that can take decisions, that may need just few weeks or a month training, that they can think out. And this young person come, and then even after a whole 1 year training, they cannot innovate. They can't even take one decision. Everything I have to, Madam, you said that when somebody come, what should I do? Madam, somebody came and asked this, what should I tell them? Then you want such a person? No. But that's a graduate. So we have them trained. They are there. But the problem is that they are trained in other disciplines that have no connection to businesses.
Yes.
Psychology.
And even when they even beyond that, the experience as well. They don't have experience.
For experience, nobody had experience. You get to do to learn, right?
That's true.
So I always say that for experience, people get to do to learn. If you give them the opportunity, then they learn.
Yeah.
The problem is that you give them the opportunity, but that skill, that is the lack of being able to learn on their toes, that lack of skill, being able to think outside the box, be innovative. And no, anyhow, it's not there. We were not taught in school how to think critically, right? We were taught on chupo. What history? What is the goddamn way history? Me, I chew and go right. Word for word. That is not design thinking. That is not thinking critical. So I wasn't there. There are certain critical things that business need. That is not just certificate or profession. I don't need you to be very good, like the way your voice you speak English now. How are we using that in terms of getting my business out there? How are you able to design a marketing plan that will get my business there by looking at the business quietly and think that, okay, what if you have a page and do this live, whatever it is, every now and then? This is what businesses need.
Yeah.
So now you're applying your journalistic style or your knowledge into helping the business to grow. But somebody will go and learn how to do whatever accounting, and so they can't balance a sheet. Neither can they even bring a balance forward or balance backwards. Those things are accounting things most of our graduates don't know.
Yeah.
So they are trained all right, theoretically, but the skill doesn't match what we need. And businesses, to be honest with you, I told some PhD holders, business persons are looking for people. Number one thing, people fast learners.
Yeah.
Somebody who can learn quickly what you've been given. Now this console, you know how to operate it. You don't need another person to operate it. You think your worker, your employer is not happy because I have somebody who can control console, who can produce his own program. I don't need another extra hand. One, you are learning. You didn't learn this in school. Maybe you are learning it.
No.
Now, the next thing is the act or the skill of being able to think on your feet. That is one thing business don't joke. Somebody who can sit here and there's an issue and he takes a good decision before boss come in, forget it, you'll be God to the boss. If you want your boss to love you, solve the problems before your boss come in. But a lot of us wait, let boss come. Boss, there's a problem, we are waiting for you. That statement alone puts your boss off. So that means, what is your use? You don't know what the boss is saying in their head. So new at all, what is your use here? That you can't solve a problem or even mitigate it. Let me come in later. These are the things workers are looking for, apart from the skills and whatever you add to them. These two things are very important to any private sector employee.
Right.
Because why am I employing you when I should be the one still taking decisions? So there is no problem with our pool of skills. There is. The bigger issue is that mismatch. What we actually need as industry is not what we are getting from the graduate.
Right.
So if we can go back to the drawing board and then we sit with the industry, what do you need? Like I'm telling you, we need people who can think critically, on their feet, take decisions, think outside of the box.
Right.
How do we design a curriculum around that to train our young people from JSS? They should be able to think critical.
Absolutely.
But all you teach us is chew and pour. Now the day is over. We know it. There's no word, it will never change.
Right.
You now, if they ask you to sing your national anthem, if they had, maybe their pledge cry hard for me, because we were only taught the pledge, but we didn't even teach the people why that pledge, where it come from, what this word stands for, and all of that. Right. I pledge on my heart to then I'm gone. So we need to change the system.
Absolutely.
We need to. Yes.
Right. Okay. Now, but tell me, maybe there's an SME listening to us this morning. They don't have a big budget, but they want to attract good talent and be able to keep them. How can an SME do that without breaking their backs?
So that you've asked a very brilliant question, because sometimes SMEs look at their bank account, what they have before they hire. But you see, we've gone past that. Now there are young people out there who are seriously looking for job opportunity, and some are also willing to do anything just to get the job. What you have to do as an SME, there is a new trend now. What you do is that if you don't want to make full commitment, do contract base. contract them. Okay, so I'm picking you for 3 months.
Yeah.
Based on your performance, I will retain you. For the contract, is how much I pay you. Or pick them on internship base, paid internship. Come and do paid internship, and then after this period, if you excel, I retain you. I can tell you, with the Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs, without mincing words, it has been one of our greatest thing we use. Most of the current people I have now who become permanent workers all came as interns.
Wow.
And they outdo themselves, they perform, and you have no way than to maintain them. My administrator now, I got her master's too. She's in Japan doing masters.
Wow.
She came in as an intern, and lo and behold, she performed very well. And when an opportunity came, I'm like, hey, madam, go, you did well. I never expected it. So you can't hire them on contract basis or hire them on paid internship. With paid internship, you can agree with the person. I'm going to give you stipend. You understand?
Yeah.
But when you perform, I'm going to get you, and stay to your word. Be honest with it.
Absolutely.
But
yes. Also not with the mindset of exploitation, because
that's why I say they should be honest. That's why I say they should be honest, because you are engaging the person. Don't exploit them too much. Give them what can help them with their transportation and every other thing to just keep them sustainable, and they will also deliver, and then you can engage them going forward. And there are some other partners that support businesses to engage skills, to employ skills. You can look out for them. We have a partnership with a project like that, a young entrepreneur who want to get some skills. So we have a pool of degree holders. So you recruit from there. We pay half, you pay the half. The Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs have a partner like that. Yeah. So assuming your net salary will be 2,000, that's what you want to pay the person. We'll pay 1,000, you pay 1,000. Yeah, and I'm having a discussion with the Youth Employment Agency. Government should also do that. We call it the hiring support.
Okay.
Is in India and few other African countries. What happened is that this is one of the smartest way for government to get businesses to employ. Okay, so employ the graduate. We'll pay half of the name salary. You pay the rest.
That's brilliant.
So yeah, and it's happening in other countries. That is the incentives we are talking that government should give to some. It's not just about taking taxes, nuisance taxes out. Sometimes these are the brilliant, innovative ways we can do. Yeah. So hiring support for private sector, this is the pool of graduate. Why you already have them? We have this pool of graduate. If you hire from the pool, we'll pay half of the salary, pay half, but we need you to pay them maybe 2,500. So we will do 1,500, do 1,500. We will do 1,250, do 1,200. That's 2,500. So you see, in the back of the employee, okay, Charlie, I will get a graduate. I'm not going to pay all the 2,000 there, and 1,200. It's something I can make do with. So these are the innovative things we should do for businesses. And also businesses should look out for some of these organizations like the Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs and the rest who have this partnership. Our own is with an NGO, an international NGO. It may end, you understand? But government can take this up. And I think that is an opportunity. If not, hiring costs is also something that worry businesses. As we talk of team, we need to talk of that. Absolutely. You hire today, you can pay three months, that your burn rate is down, and you can't even pay the next month. And these are young people. When you are not able to pay them, no excuse. The highest they can go is 2 months. After that, then they start misbehaving. Yeah. And it's not their fault, because they can also be coming to work and they are not paid. Yeah. So it's something we need to look out for. And I think that businesses should be ready when you want to hire. Have some budget down. Like I said, even if you are paying 1,000 Ghana cedi, have that budget down, so that when you employ people, you're able to pay for at least 6 months. Have that budget down, so that you don't rely on anybody. If you do that, after the 6 months, at least, if your business is really doing well and their production is good, you would rake in some revenue that you can then do another 6 months, then until you give them permanent employment. Yeah.
All right. Because of our time, we'll touch on maybe two more things. Now, you spoke about the system, you know. I think we haven't done a lot of justice to that, but we've spoken about quite a number of things along those lines. You talk about the tax system and some of these things that, actually hamper the growth or the scalability of businesses. What would a scalable, friendly environment look like for Ghana? What are some of the things that we need to do as a country to make it, to make scaling attractive for business and easy for businesses. Yeah.
Good. Thank you very much. Some of the things we can do to make scaling easy and profitable, especially, is that we don't punish businesses that are trying to scale. You see, mostly when we punish business, when I mean punish, the moment you scale and you want to employ more, then you are requested to pay Senate. You go register with Senate. The next month you default or GRA payee. Then the next 15th of the month you default. Then there is penalty. There is issues. There are problems. That is why we need to work on. That is the state.
What can we do about that?
Yeah, but we need to allow businesses, for the first time scalers, we need to give them some room, briefing room. Says that, okay, if you employ up to 3, 4, 5 people, you are not paying Senate. Maybe government will help you with that. Other governments have done that. Payee, we may take payee out for this period of time, or waive you out of corporate income tax for this period of time, so you can pay your workers payee. So that you don't take, businesses pay a lot of taxes. There's your employees, their tax. There's Senate, you pay tax. There's corporate income tax, that's the profit you make for the business, and other taxes, that VAT and all of those things that come into play. We can waive them off some of these taxes so that when I'm employing more, I am rather getting more. And this will encourage businesses to employ more. Imagine if government say if you have 10 employees, you don't pay, maybe if you are paying 25% corporate income tax, you are paying 10%. I'm telling you, businesses will want to employ that 10%.
That's true.
Because business will always find a way to take that burden of tax from themselves. And if you give them that room, they would be willing to do that. The next thing is to make the environment scalable, is the access to funding. We can't overemphasize this. Access to funding is very important. How do we make available, affordable income or capital for businesses? Both the traditional banks and government. Government mostly do grant, which is brilliant, but grant doesn't sustain businesses. Some business has become masters of pitching, and they go for all the grant they win. Exactly.
There's a particular guy that's
a lot of them. I have a lot of them.
He has this popcorn business.
He can go anywhere, pitch and get a funding. He doesn't. I know a lot of the young people. But you see, they understand the system. GEA don't talk to YEA. NEIP. And you are all supporting business, you all have funding. If you don't have data, centralized database, ni can go here because ni be intelligent, go collect, go to GA, go collect another, and NEIP go again and collect. Because we don't even respect data and we don't use data for anything. So we need to understand that access to funding, like I said, let us start funding enterprises, not the entrepreneurs. Give money to businesses that have systems and structures. Then you would see that people will be forced to have the systems. If we say that, you have a brilliant idea. Ideas are good, but you just don't fund ideas. You have a brilliant idea, but you know what? We needed you to have a team. We needed you to have a system. If you have these things, we would give you this amount. Neil will be forced to have those systems in place. Will be forced to have the team in place. Then at that point, you are not funding him as an entrepreneur. You are funding the enterprise. These are but few of them that we can really do to be able to get the ecosystem, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship, interesting that people want to scale. Aside from the access to market, deliberate access to market where we can create for businesses, these are few of them that we can do also for SMEs.
Right. Okay, maybe we wrap up practically. So let's say there's a business listening to us, or a business owner listening to us that is essentially the business. The owner is a business. So how can they practically, I know we've spoken about a lot of other things, or maybe somebody just tuned in, how can they practically transition from being the business to actually owning the business? What are some practical things, maybe 3 or 4 things that they can do quickly right after this conversation to be able to transition?
So quick one. First, see yourself as different from the business. From today, start treating the business as a different entity. That you go and greet, good morning, sir. Today, what are we doing? You are the owner, but treat the business separately. Second, try to document the process of your business. What comes in, what goes out, what and what is supposed to be done. Document them. Make the systems clear. Then thirdly, try to hire some skills. Not everything. Don't give everything out. You can just one portion of your process. If it is order taking, if it's about sales, it's about recording, it's about handling the cash or the sales. Just get somebody, train the person, but monitor the person. A young person reached out to me that he wanted to go into entrepreneurship, but he's in the corporate world. And I told him, look for a nice place, set up an exclusive executive barbering salon, have cameras there, but have department, get a manager, get the barbers, get a cashier, all of them, get them differently, let them work there. So first, the cameras help you to watch what is happening. Two, you have a cashier who takes all sales. The barber don't take the sales. You barber, you go pay to the cashier. Second, you have a manager that makes sure that both the cashier and the barbering boys, they all work together as a team.
All right.
That is a solid business. You are the CEO, but there's a manager, there's a cashier, and those boys there who are doing the barbering are there. Solid system. This guy don't need to go there, and nobody cheats him because he sees everything too as well.
Yeah.
He's able to tell who comes in here and who that, how many people comes here, how many people, because everywhere there's camera. And you see, that is a system we are talking about. It doesn't need to be there, and these are the things that you need to do as a business. You don't need, the moment you as a business that cannot survive without you. It's not a business. It's a job you have created for yourself. They should remember that. And you see, like I told you earlier on, we do not have shortage of ideas in Ghana. What we have is shortage of systems. And finally, if you want to be practical, you see, you do not need money to be organized. So people think that I need capital, like you were saying, you need to employ people, you need capital. No, you actually need organization to get capital, because when you are organized, you can go to a bank for money. When you are organized, investors can come to you. So you do not need money to be organized as a business. You need organization to get capital. They should remember that and start being organized.
Sharif, thank you very much for your time. Really grateful that you came. Very deep insights, and we're really grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So Sharif Gali is the CEO of the Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs. He's also a business policy and youth development expert. And he joined us this morning talking about why many founders, or why many Ghanaian businesses do not scale beyond the founders. We've spoken extensively about it. If you miss any parts of the conversation, feel free to head to our YouTube channel. We are at Z Multimedia on YouTube. You can visit and go and play this back. If you know any entrepreneur that is running a business by himself or herself, you want to share this link with them so that they can actually go and listen to this and be able to scale. That's the only way we can be able to, get more people into jobs. We can be able to do a lot more things for this country and for ourselves as well. And so please make sure that you head there and share the link with somebody. But that's how we wrap up today on the Business Breakfast on Z 101.9 FM. We're back again tomorrow for some more interesting conversations. Tomorrow we're talking about the community bank. There's an increase in their capital that they need to be able to run. And so we want to have a conversation on that tomorrow. It's a very interesting one. So make sure that you tune in at exactly 6:15, and I'll be here to serve you as always. All right. So thank you very much for joining us today. And special thanks to our guest, Sharif Gali, for joining us this morning for our conversation. Please take care of yourself. I'll see you tomorrow. And when you think Ghana, think Z. My name is Nitrebi Hammond. And up next is A Brighter Side with Jeremy Okoria Marco. Please don't go anywhere.